start from the beginning, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we still start from the beginning.
Okay. So then we see the fist, then we play the section in F major, and then we just go straight.
It's straight to the end. No repeats. So once we're doing it the final time at 30, there's no more repeats.
There are no more repeats.
And go!
Wait. But otherwise, when we're looping it, it's just the section in B flat, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. I just wanted to be
No,
Wait. So to be clear,
we are playing common circumstance.
we're starting with the moire.
This is a graduation.
I don't even know what's going to happen. Just pay attention. It might all collapse all at once.
Right.
It could be like a black hole.
Wait a minute. It's already 11:59. We're
We're going to get a signal.
Is that the announcement where we're supposed to start playing?
No, they're going to give me a signal.
Oh, wait a minute.
Have you guys heard of spaghettification? Theories about what happens to your body when you work at a black hole.
It gets all spaghetti.
I'm gonna watch it on Reddit.
Basically what happens is you're traveling across the event horizon of the black hole. Your feet will accelerate faster than your head, and so you'll actually be stretched apart before eventually being pulled back together and then being crushed by the immense gravity.
Ready? Ready now. Ready, James?
James, ready?
Please rise for the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please take your seats, please. Good morning. Class of 2014. I got to do it one more time. Class of 2014. That's more like it. That's more like it. Families, friends, and colleagues, welcome to this year's commencement exercises. The School of Business is an integral part of our university and a highly respected component of our regional community. It's all because of you, our outstanding business graduates who will bring talent and a great work ethic to the region, nation, and to the international workforce. This has been a milestone year at the School of Business. I know I seem to be saying this every single year, but it so happens that we have been creating milestones every single year. And this year, the milestone happens to be with us opening our new financial markets lab. If you have not had a chance to visit the lab, I would welcome everyone here to stop by and take a look. This lab helps prepare our students for the 21st century careers. We also established one other very interesting and important aspects of the School of Business. That's our Student Experience Center, which provides additional individual support services to each and every one of our business students. We have expanded our off-campus degree completion programs this year. We now offer our Bachelor's of Arts in Business Administrations in 4 college campuses in Atlantic, Burlington, Camden, and Monmouth counties. We are also proud to award degrees today not only to our undergraduate and our MBA students, but also to our 2nd and 3rd graduating class of professional MBA students. I would also like to recognize some distinguished guests here with us today to celebrate the success of our outstanding students. We welcome our keynote speaker, James P. McCarthy. I'll be speaking more about him later. Our own alumni from 1986 and a managing director of Goldman Sachs Investment Management Division. I would also like to welcome our representatives in the Board of Trustees and Board of Governors, Robert Mortensen, George Riers, Dorothy Stanitis, Sam Rabinowitz, and Marisa Dietrich. Also joining us today is Camden City Mayor Dana Red, a proud graduate of the School of Business. Thank you all for joining us as we celebrate our students and their success. It means a lot to us. I would also like to thank Symphony in C for our music today. This is the part where I start normally my welcome speech. I go off the records, off the track, and then I give my speech. But this year we have a very nice surprise and almost a much better person who can address the graduating class. I would like to recognize Chancellor Wendell Pritchett. It's been an honor and privilege for the School of Business faculty and staff to work with Chancellor Pritchett during his 5 years at Rutgers-Camden. His leadership and support has helped us grow in numbers, in quality, and in global prominence as we continue to develop relationships with universities across the world. And this would be his last commencement at the Rutgers-Camden campus, and we are honored to invite him to address our students, graduating class of 2014. Wendell.
Thank you, Dean Ganesh. I have some big shoes to fill here, but I will try to be brief also, because we have big business to do today. So, class of 2014, how you doing? Now I gotta say, that was pretty good, but I think we can do better. Class of 2014, how we doing? All right. This is a good day. This is good. That's good. You have every reason to be excited today. You've worked non-stop. I've seen some of you about 2 in the morning, so I know it's non-stop for the past several years. Juggling your classes with family and work obligations, building your network of friends and business connections, engaging in the life of our campus, and engaging in the life of your communities. With the support of your professors and our Rutgers team, you are now ready to begin your careers or take the next step. This is your day, it is your day, but it also belongs to other people, as you know, those closest to you, your parents, your spouses and partners, your families and friends. They were your original support networks, and they kept you going. And you're going to be applauded and celebrated a lot today, so for right now, I think we should turn the tables for a second and applaud all of them. So I ask the class of 2014 to join me in thanking everybody. So as the dean mentioned, this is a special ceremony for me. It's the first of the last Rutgers graduations. By the way, we have 5 of them. You're number one, 5 in the next 2 days, that I will have the honor of presiding over. Like you, my journey is leading me off of our campus. In many ways, I consider myself a member of the class of 2014. I've been here for 5 years, which for many of you at the undergraduate level, and even some of you earning your part-time MBA degrees, is about the same time that you've been a Rutgers student. During that time, we've shared a lot of common experiences. We've learned about team building as we've watched our sports teams advance to such successes as the final game for the NCAA national title in men's soccer. We've learned about time management, which I have to tell you is a skill that we learn throughout all of our lives. And we've learned about negotiation, the practical art of finding a way to help all parties achieve their goals, skills that you've all mastered. I think that most importantly of all, we've learned about building communities, because that's what we are at Rutgers-Camden, and as the class of 2014, that's what you'll always be, a community. You are now part of a Rutgers network of more than 430,000 living alumni worldwide. Think about that, 430,000. Whether you took classes right here in Camden, or pursued your Rutgers business degree in Atlantic City or Princeton, at Atlantic Cape Community College or at Brookdale Community College, you are Rutgers-Camden. You're part of an amazing network, but you're also part of so many other communities, so many others. And that is the true utility of your business degree, your ability to build communities. Now, some of you participated in our civic engagement courses here at Rutgers-Camden. You went out into our local community and applied your skills to help organizations and neighborhoods grow. Some of you will continue that important work throughout your lives. But don't ever believe that your degree has nothing to do with building communities. Whether your careers are in the corporate sector or in the nonprofit world, whether you become a legislator or an accountant, you will be using your business skills to build and strengthen communities. You will be hiring employees, investing funds, and creating strategies that will impact the lives of thousands of people. As graduates of the Rutgers School of Business at Camden, you are the architects of our communities. And I think I speak for your families and friends when I say that this is a real source of optimism for us all. I mentioned earlier that I feel like I'm part of your class. As I prepare to relieve the role of Chancellor of this great institution, I know that two things are true for me, and I suspect they are true for you as well. One, that I will always, always value and draw upon the lessons that I have learned here at Rutgers-Camden. This is an amazing campus with some of the brightest, most respected faculty that you'll ever meet at any university in America. And those professors are matched only by the focus and enthusiasm of our students. And second, I know this, that no matter where I go and what I do, I will always be a Scarlet Raptor, just like you. So congratulations to the class of 2014. It's an honor to speak with you today. I will be back in a few minutes to actually help the dean grant your degrees, but we have other things to cover first. So congratulations and have a wonderful morning.
To Chancellor Pritchett, on behalf of the faculty, students, and staff of the School of Business Camden, we want to give you this parting gift. You have been the world to us, and we deeply appreciate working with you.
Thank you, Chancellor Pritchett. It's a pleasure to have him speak, but also it's mixed emotions because he is moving on after 4 more commencements that we have to follow. Now it's a time for me to invite the student speakers. You know, leadership and academic excellence are combined concepts that define today's student and alumni speakers. Our first student speaker is James Dakonsky. James will be graduating today cum laude with a Master's of Business Administration degree. James is a part of Rutgers-Camden's JD MBA program, and he will again be here tomorrow to graduate with a Juris Doctor degree. James is an officer in the New Jersey Air National Guard, where he has served for the last 14 years. We are proud to have him representing the entire graduate class of 2014. James?
Good afternoon, Chancellor Pritchett, Dean Ganesh, Associate Dean Sambaria, Mr. McCarthy, distinguished faculty and guests, family and friends. Congratulations to the class of 2014. I'm truly honored and grateful for the opportunity to represent such a distinguished group of MBA graduates. Each of us has had a storied journey to reach this point. I began the JD MBA program 4 years ago. Although my experience as a JD MBA may not be typical, I do believe many of my fellow classmates and I share something in common: a very hectic schedule. Throughout the MBA program, we juggled obligations to school, work, family, and friends. Many of us had commitments during the day prior to our 3-hour classes in the evening. Time management and good organization skills were essential. There was always the next project, presentation, paper, or exam looming on our calendars. Also, class participation was required each night. Every class was a fresh opportunity to be evaluated, to improve. The pressure of a constant stream of deliverables, as they're known in project management, made me into a better student. A key strength of the Rutgers MBA program is that it's a practical learning environment. The curriculum was designed to give us the tools to become better business leaders. Everything we were taught is applicable in our careers and lives. Many times I would learn a new concept in class and apply it in my life shortly thereafter. As MBAs, we see the world differently now. We can approach problems with innovative new solutions. I found that one of the greatest benefits of the Rutgers MBA program is the diversity of the student body. The vast majority of my colleagues are working professionals. We have representatives from both the public and private sector, from global corporations to solo practitioners, from healthcare to banking to retail and everywhere in between. Some were recently undergrads, while others have already retired from their first career and are about to embark on a second. We have students from as far away as Japan, Lebanon, Serbia, and Sri Lanka, and as close as South Jersey. The value of this tremendous diversity is realized because our MBA classroom environments are interactive. We learn not only from our professors and textbooks, but from each other as well. Lectures were supplemented with in-depth discussions about case studies. We debated topics like, what should Disney have done differently when they built a theme park in France? And should Steinway pianos maintain their premier brand image or compete in more profitable, growing market segments? As a group, we achieved a richer understanding of the material because of the diversity of our classmates' experiences and perspectives. Looking back on the program, practically every MBA class involved a group project. Two of my more memorable ones entailed comprehensive financial statement analysis of Whole Foods markets and the project management planning of the MBA year-end celebration. Our group projects were substantial undertakings that took weeks or months to prepare. These projects were more than just an opportunity to become experts on a specific topic or polish our public speaking skills. They required us to work together as a team. This is an invaluable skill in business. We overcame the ever-present challenge of coordinating everyone's busy schedules. We relied on each other. We drew from each other's strengths and backgrounds. We took responsibility for a specific portion of the project, and we held each other accountable. We came together for a single purpose. Business is a team effort, and our group projects were our practice arena. Our MBA degrees are designed to give us a strong foundation to be leaders. Leaders are innovative visionaries. Their people have confidence in them and want to follow them. However, even a great leader cannot be an expert in everything. Leaders surround themselves with the best people available. As leaders, we too will have to rely on the people around us. Get to know your team, capitalize on their strengths, give them resources to overcome any limitations. Most importantly, be sure to take care of your people. Something as simple as a kind word in appreciation of someone's efforts can have a tremendous impact on their motivation going forward. People want to rally behind a great leader, and I know we can be those leaders. Even though the MBA classrooms are behind us, we will not get a reprieve from the constant evaluations. The workplace is our next proving ground. As MBAs, we will be viewed differently, held to a higher standard. People will seek our advice, follow our guidance, and trust our instincts. They will expect more of us, just as we should demand more of ourselves. I know we're all up for that challenge. I would certainly be remiss if I did not mention that we might not be here this afternoon without the tremendous support of our loved ones. They have been with us on this journey. They know better than anyone that our studies often resulted in late nights and lost weekends. Their unwavering encouragement helped us reach our goal. We owe them a debt of gratitude for all they have done for us. I would personally like to thank my girlfriend, Kristen, for everything she has done for me. I stand before you today as a direct result of all of her support, encouragement, and patience. I would also like to thank Dr. Sambaria for this honor. And finally, I would like to thank the entire faculty, staff, and of course my classmates for this fantastic learning experience. Now, it is my distinct pleasure to wish all of us the best of luck going forward. Congratulations to the class of 2014.
James, thank you very much. Our next speaker is Maria Sakairis. Maria is graduating today summa cum laude with a bachelor's degree in finance. Maria has been an active member of the Rutgers-Camden community. She's a member of the campus Honors College and the School of Business Leader Development Program. She is also this year's recipient of the Rutgers University-Camden Alumni Association Outstanding Senior Award, and academically is a member of the top 1% of all School of Business students. We are delighted that she is here today to represent the undergraduate class of 2014. Maria?
Thank you. Good afternoon, Chancellor Pritchett, Dean Ganesh, Mr. McCarthy, distinguished guests, friends, and family. And most importantly, the Rutgers School of Business, Camden, class of 2014. It is with great honor that I address you today. How ironic that today we sit in the shadows of the Ben Franklin Bridge, because today, each one of us crosses a bridge towards a different destination. But as we sit here today and impatiently begin to envision the next stages of our lives, it is important that we reflect upon the journey we took to reach this level of accomplishment. Ernest Hemingway once said, "It is good to have an end to journey toward, but it is the journey that matters in the end." As I stand here today and I reflect upon the last 3 years of my life, I realize that earning my college degree has been more than simply receiving a diploma. These past few years have been a dynamic experience and an exciting journey that has shaped me into the woman I am today. When I graduated high school, I was an international competitive figure skater. I was an athlete with a desire to learn and embrace business. And today, thanks to my Rutgers education, I consider myself a businesswoman. Rutgers-Camden has provided us with not only superior knowledge, but an engaging environment to cultivate our growth and encourage our development as individuals. As a finance major, I've come to realize that valuations go beyond what's reported on the balance sheet. Value is derived from both tangible and intangible assets. While we sit here today and we value the diplomas that represent all of our hard work and the dream jobs that await us, we must not oversee the intangible assets that have indirectly made our Rutgers experience so valuable. What I value most about Rutgers-Camden is the undeniable sense of community that flows through our campus. We have a unique, intimate culture built to encourage interaction among the student body, as well as between students and faculty. A friend once told me how she describes it. The campus is small enough to bump into friends passing by, but big enough to meet someone new every day. Rutgers is a university where professors genuinely care about their students and take the time to get to know them on a personal level, not only as students, but as people. What's amazing is that, although we graduate today and our time here comes to an end, the relationships we have built around this institution will live on forever. The School of Business faculty has done everything and anything to get us here today, and for that, we say thank you. I also highly value the external relationships Rutgers has with the outside business community. Rutgers is an institution recognized not only in the Delaware Valley, but globally. This past spring break, I studied international management in South Africa, along with 34 other business students. We held business meetings with the CFO of Simba PepsiCo, top executives at Johnson & Johnson, and we even met one of the owners of Pick n Pay, which is the South African equivalent to our Walmart. Thanks to the Rutgers Career Fair, I had the opportunity to intern with Senator Sweeney's legislative office as a freshman. Because of the Business Leader Development Program, I had the opportunity to network directly with Rutgers alumni professionals at Morgan Stanley. I secured an internship with Morgan Stanley last May, and I now have a full-time job offer at one of the top investment banks in the world. Rutgers has opened the doors for its business students. Now it is our time to utilize these opportunities and walk through those doors. And when we do walk through those doors, we must keep them open and remember where our roots lie. As I move forward in my career, I plan to give back to Rutgers what was given to me. I plan to provide future students with the guidance and career opportunities I received as a part of my educational journey, and I hope you will all do the same. Before I step away from this podium, there are a few people in my life I would like to give a special thanks to. Mom, Dad, Dean, Jeremy, Graham, and Pop. You've all been my supportive family, my motivation, and the driving force inside of me. I would not be standing here today had it not been for all of your support as I pursued my degree. Thank you. School of Business faculty. School of Business faculty. At times, you have been my professor, my advisor, my mentor, and my friend. You have provided me with superior knowledge and the motivation to achieve great heights, not only in the business setting, but in life. Thank you. Thank you. Fellow classmates, or better yet, friends, where would we be without each other? We have walked side by side in this journey, and today, we cross the finish line, not alone, but together in unity. As I leave you with one final thought, consider what Nelson Mandela once said. There is no passion to be found playing small and settling for a life that is less than the one you are capable of living. Never underestimate your ability to succeed in life, and never settle for less than you deserve. Education is a powerful asset, and right now, we are more powerful than ever. We are Camden. Good luck and congratulations.
Thanks, Maria. Now I am delighted to welcome our keynote speaker, James McCarthy. Jim is an alumnus of Rutgers School of Business, Camden. He is a managing director for Goldman Sachs Investment Management Division and a longtime supporter for the School of Business and all of our programs and our ventures. In 2006, Jim was named to the Rutgers-Camden 55 Finest Alumni roster. At the School of Business, Jim is a regular participant in the guest professor program, serves as on the advisory board member for the School of Business Center for Investment Management, and is a member of the Dean's Leadership Council. If you guys think that that's the reason why he got picked to be the keynote speaker, you're missing one major issue. The biggest point about Jim is he's a phenomenally nice person. Jim, my pleasure.
Thank you, Dean Ganesh, for that very kind introduction. Chancellor Pritchett, Dean Ganesh, Mayor Redd, and members of the Board of Trustees and Governors, I would like to thank you for the opportunity and honor to address the 2014 graduating class of the Rutgers School of Business. Thank you. Good afternoon, Rutgers graduates. Wow. Good afternoon, Rutgers graduates. That's much better. Congratulations on achieving this wonderful milestone. I know your families, friends, teachers, and other mentors in your life are very proud of you for the dedication and commitment that was required to earn your degree. I fondly remember celebrating my graduation day with my family and friends right here at Rutgers in 1986. Some of my family and friends are also kind enough to join me again today, including my wife, Lori, who I met here on the campus in the fall of 1982. Thank you all for coming. I'm very grateful. Graduates, my message today is live the life you imagined. I borrowed this theme from one of my favorite quotes by Henry David Thoreau. Go confidently in the direction of your dreams. Live the life you imagined. I believe each of you has what it takes to forge your own path. So here are some of my thoughts and guidance on how all the dreamers out there can live the life they imagined, with 3 suggestions from my life experiences. My first suggestion: own your goals. My goal, after I graduated, was to move to New York City and get a job on a trading desk. However, the investment banking industry is notoriously competitive. Most of the large investment banks typically recruit only from a limited number of the largest target schools for these coveted positions. I was eventually offered a position supporting the trading desk, but not actually on the trading desk. The industry jargon for this job is a back office job. I took this opportunity to learn more about the markets and the skills that are required for a revenue-generating or front office position. I was a strong performer on my team, and after about a year or so, my boss offered me a management track position, which I turned down. He was a bit dumbfounded and asked me why, and I explained to him that my goal was to get a seat on the trading desk. I thought if I accepted this position, I would forever be labeled as a back office guy. He shook his head and said, "Fair enough. You've performed well. You've earned your shot." My boss was kind enough to arrange an interview, which I was able to convert into a job on the desk as an assistant trader. I was thrilled, but I knew that I now needed to prove myself. After all, this was only just the beginning. I've always kept a clear vision of my career goals. My second suggestion: be passionate about learning. Without intellectual passion, your career will be just a job. I've always had a keen interest in economics and the financial markets. The role models that I seek to emulate are the ones that have a desire to learn, innovate, lead, manage, and inspire. When I started on the trading desk, I knew I still had a lot to learn to get to that next level. I viewed every project and trading strategy that I was working on as a puzzle. I wanted to understand the logic and analyze the range of possible outcomes to determine the optimal result. My passion to learn and be inquisitive is still what drives me today. Starting out on your career path or taking your career to that next level can appear very daunting. There certainly has been no shortage of media coverage on the challenges that new graduates are faced with in today's economy. However, the economy and the labor market are improving. Although not a perfect measure, the unemployment rate is now at a 5-year low, down from 10% in 2009 to about 6% today. Setting goals and being intellectually passionate are the skills that I channeled to land my first job, learn to become a portfolio manager, and sustain a career on Wall Street for over 25 years. As I was looking back on my graduation day, I started thinking about family. And sadly, the members of my family that are no longer here. I imagine some of you may have lost someone you love. and you wish could be here today. I encourage you to think about and honor the people who have inspired you and reflect on the role they play in your life. Which brings me to my third and final suggestion to live the life you imagined. Don't be afraid to chase your dreams. I want to share a little story about my last vacation that should really make you think about your aspirations. One of the things that inspires me is music. My wife and I make a trip to New Orleans every year for Jazz Fest. We've been making this annual pilgrimage now for about 10 years to take in some of the best live music and savory food anywhere in the world. On our last trip to New Orleans, just a few weeks ago, we came across a mural on the side of a building with writing in various bright colors that caught our attention. There were rows and rows of the beginning of a phrase on the wall that read, "Before I die, I want to, ... I found out later after a quick internet search that this was a work of a local artist named Candy Chang. According to her website, after she lost someone she loved, she went through a long period of grief and depression. She wanted to know what was important to the people around her. So after receiving permission, she painted the side of an abandoned house in her neighborhood in New Orleans with chalkboard paint and stenciled it with a grid of the sentence, "Before I die, I want to, ... Anyone walking up could pick up a piece of chalk, reflect on their lives, and share their personal aspirations in public space. By the next day, the wall was full of responses, and it kept growing. After posting a few photos, she received hundreds of messages from people who wanted to make a wall with their community. Now, over 475 Before I Die walls have been created in over 30 languages and over 65 countries. Let me share some of the more interesting messages I came across on the wall. So here are some of the practical responses. Before I die, I want to travel to Italy, learn French, fly fish in Alaska, learn to play the piano. Now, here are some of the more humorous or odd ones. Before I die, I want to have a pet monkey, have a cup of tea with Paul McCartney. That one's mine. Play a paid gig. This is New Orleans, after all. That was not the paid gig. And my wife's favorite, think of something to write on this wall. And finally, here are some of the aspirational messages. Before I die, I want to climb Mount Everest. Be the exception to the rule. Cure cancer. Be the professional that I can admire. End discrimination. Make a difference and change a life. After reading these various captions, it's natural to ask yourself, what would I write on the side of that building with my brightly colored piece of chalk? Go ahead, think about it. How would you complete that sentence? Before I die, I want to. This is your last test before you graduate. There'll be no requirement to hand in your responses. I will not be judging or grading your responses. Your final grade will be how well you lived the life you imagined. John Lennon once said, "Life is what happens to you while you're busy making other plans." Your career goals are very important, but your career is just only a part of who you are. Enjoy every day of your life. Every day of your life is a precious gift. Don't forget to enjoy the journey on your way to striving to fulfill your goals and dreams. But by all means, have goals, dreams, and aspirations. Thank you.
One more time, can we have a big round of applause to all of our speakers? Thank you. That was so inspirational. Thank you so much. Now I am delighted to recognize the outstanding contribution of our faculty who are passionate about teaching and research, who dedicate a lot of their time, energy, and emotion to our students. Today we select a few, selected by by their peers in the School of Business for their outstanding work in the classroom and in research. The first recipient of our Full-Time Faculty Teaching Award is Dr. Sung-Soo Kim. Professor Kim has been with the School of Business for 16 years and is Professor of Accounting. Sung-Soo's commitment to our students and their academic success ensures that our students will be prepared to succeed as they embark on their careers. Thank you for your dedication to Rutgers and to our students, Sung-Soo. Thank you very much. Our second recipient of our annual Faculty Teaching Award is Professor David Vance. Professor Vance is a clinical assistant professor, and we thank him for his continuous commitment and support of every activity the School of Business gets into. He is passionate about teaching, and he is one of the few every single student, undergraduate student, gets a chance to take his class because it was one of the early classes you have. Dave? In addition to our excellent full-time faculty at the School of Business, we are lucky to have a strong group of part-time faculty members who inspire our students every day. This year's Part-Time Teaching Award goes to Ms. Daria Torres. Professor Torres teaches undergraduate and graduate students in the area of management. Students have appreciated her ability to bring real-world experience and examples to the classroom to enhance their experience. Daria? The next faculty award recognizes a faculty member for her excellence in research. This year's recipient is Dr. Erica Harris. Today, we recognize Erica's research on not-for-profit accounting. Erica could not be with us today, but please join me in a round of applause for her achievement. The faculty who have received the awards today exemplify the commitment of Rutgers School of Business to teaching and the advancement of knowledge. Faculty's the high quality of scholarship and enthusiastic instruction enrich the quality of knowledge and learning of our students. Please join me in a round of applause to all of our faculty for making this day possible. I'd like to acknowledge specifically Dr. Carol Kaufman Scarborough for her long-time dedication to our students. For the last 25 years, she has served as the faculty advisor to the Student Marketing Association, and we applaud her today for her 2 decades of service to our students. In addition to that, Carol was inducted this spring into the Rutgers-Camden chapter of Mu Kappa Tau, the Academic Honor Society for Marketing Students. Thanks, Carol, for all you do to the School of Business and to our students. Please join me for one more round of applause to all of our faculty and award winners. At this point, I would like to recognize the faculty members and staff who have received campus-wide and university-wide honors. The following faculty and staff will receive their awards later in the next convocation, and I would like you all to be around to witness it, but here I'm going to mention them. Dr. Julie Ruth, Professor of Marketing. She is the recipient of the Warren I. Sussman Excellence in Teaching. Dr. Brian Mascarenhas, Professor of Management. He has received the Lindback Foundation Award for Distinguished Teaching. Dr. Rakesh Sambaria, Professor of Management, and the Associate Dean for Graduate Studies, received the Chancellor's Award for Teaching Excellence. Dr. Joe Canada, Assistant Professor of Accounting. He receives the Rutgers-Camden Faculty Staff Community Service Award, and Jonathan Muse, or as our undergraduate students know, Dean Muse, our Assistant Dean for Academic Services, receives the Rutgers Human Dignity Award. Please join me in a round of applause. And now is the most important part of today's celebrations. And for that, I would like to invite Chancellor Wendell Pritchett to the podium to grant the degrees.
You stay. You stay. You gonna stand here? Okay, there you go. Now it's time to get to business. Ready? All right. Dean Ganesh, as Chancellor of the Rutgers University-Camden campus, and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Governors and Board of Trustees of the University, I hereby accept the candidates for degrees from the Rutgers University School of Business, Camden.
This is the last one.
Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Johnny, for helping me with this. I think that's a good idea.
Dr. Scarborough is there. Will the candidates for the degree of Master of Business Administration professional programs please rise? The candidates for the degree of Master of Business Administration, please rise. Upon the recommendation of the School of Business faculty, and by virtue of the authority vested in me by Chancellor Pritchett, and the Board of Governors and Board of Trustees of the University, I confer upon you the degree of Master of Business Administration with all the rights, privileges, obligations, and immunities appertaining thereto here and elsewhere. The candidates, Dr. Carroll.
Thank you. Richard Artemotis, summa cum laude with a perfect 4.0. Congratulations. Timothy Axelson, magna cum laude. Robin Ann Bonevich. Thank you. Carmen O. Chu. Ann Clark. Janae Ellsworth. Jason Janjobi. Joanne Jones. Dimitar Kolev. Sandra May. Jason M. Myers. Matthew R. Quigley. Benjamin William Robbins, cum laude. Ahmed Salam, magna cum laude. Lori L. Seifert, summa cum laude with a perfect 4.0. Brian Susier. Shannon Marie Warner. Pauchi Yan. Nicole Augustus. Thomas Bernard. Suresh Vazarkuran. Jessica J. Borges. Lauren Kuhl. Parvez Dara, magna cum laude. Jayashri Deshaboyna, magna cum laude. John DeLuey. Laxmirakanth R. Donthineni. Andeep Huang, magna cum laude. Wahida M. Jackson. Vionette T. James. Paul Joseph, cum laude. Kaylin Kendall Dines. Barry S. Kindig. Helen Chen-Wen Lin. Lily Liu, magna cum laude. Cynthia I. Maldonado. Mark Christian Meisner, magna cum laude. Ravi Mishra. Daniel O'Keefe, magna cum laude. Delisha R. Pilat, cum laude. Sandra Loero Pereira, cum laude. Rajagopal Srinivasan Puttaparthi, magna cum laude. Mahashweta Rath, magna cum laude. Oliver Ralph Rowe, magna cum laude. Deborah Jean Scarpace, summa cum laude. Patricia M. Cito. Hemel N. Shaw, magna cum laude. Abdul Rahim Sheikh. Mary Ellen Timmis, cum laude. Warren Austin Van Name, magna cum laude. Ashwin Wenkateswaran, summa cum laude. Anshuing Wang, cum laude. Angelica Marie Weber. Angela M. Wells. Gary Curtis Williams, cum laude. Tesnem Ali. James P. Dakonsky, cum laude. Kevin Charles Blankenbuehler. Boris Bogdanovich, cum laude. Matthew G. Costello, magna cum laude. William D. Cunningham. Peter John Davidson, summa cum laude. Jeffrey Joseph DeMarco. Greg E. de Mesquita. Thank you. Jacqueline Danielle DeRubo. Michael Evans. Dan Farrell Jr., summa cum laude. Diamond Flores. Christian Carl Habina. Linda F. Hackley. Sultan Harb, magna cum laude. Vera C. Hood, magna cum laude. Michelle Ann Iskra. Patrick Kayundo Jemba. Michael J. Kissel. Benjamin Duncan Lehman. Olga Latenko, magna cum laude. Yu Ming Lin. Daniel M. Mendara. Jeffrey David Marcochea. Angad S. Pathaija. Bryant Perez. Lauren Ashley Perella, magna cum laude. Ciara Pierce. Jeremy Ian Reich, magna cum laude. Daniel Rosenthal, summa cum laude and a perfect 4.0. Anastasia Ruskanovska, cum laude. Brian Wade Stingle, summa cum laude and a perfect 4.0. Christopher T. Olshafer, summa cum laude. Benjamin Watts. And Brett P. Ziller, magna cum laude. Congratulations all. Can't tell you.
Let's have one more round of applause to our MBA graduates. Please remain seated. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science please rise? Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts please rise? Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Hospitality Management please rise? Upon the recommendation of the School of Business faculty, and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Governors and Board of Trustees of the University, I confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Science or Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor of Hospitality Management with all the rights, privileges, obligations, and immunities appertaining thereto here and elsewhere.
Maria Sakairis, summa cum laude. Emine Akaya. Genesis Alves. Alfred Anthony Antuzzi, magna cum laude. Donald Anyanwu. Kelsey I. Austin. Antonio Ayala. Yanina A. Bancroft, summa cum laude. Brian Barco. Bradley Bayard, cum laude. Siobhan Bell. Jonathan Benstead. Cameron Tyler Bibbs. Okay. Keisha Bishop. Jana S. Boland, magna cum laude. Jenna Brodzik. Rachel Bazecki. Chelsea Faith Bracey. Charles S. Brown, Jr. Katerina Boot, magna cum laude. Christopher M. Bird. Ronald Michael Campolongo. Sierra Canova, magna cum laude. Gina Cavallaro. Sandy Severes. Rich Chu, cum laude. And Sandy Chaviaris is also cum laude. Mary Cheslock. Martha Lynn Koski, cum laude. Jessica Lauren Crespo. Andrea Cruz. Yeah, it's backed up. Just wait up. Matthew S. Curtis. Brett Alexander Darrow. Marinia V. Davidzyuk, summa cum laude. Michael D. DeFalco, Jr. Jeffrey E. Dupree, cum laude. Christina M. DeGennaro, cum laude. Adriana M. DiGuglielmo, magna cum laude. Mark Vincent DiLiberto. Alex C. Dritzis. Kathleen Morgan Dunstan. Aya M. El Tahir. Kevin M. England. Nicolo Escro. Len K. Eslava. Henry H. Fair. Danielle Marie Farrell, magna cum laude. Jaquan Feliciano. Elwin Fernandez. Timothy J. Flynn. Andrew C. Frangos. Michael Adam Giampitro. Samantha L. Giuliano. Victoria Lynn Gonzalez. Camille Graham. Courtney Greenholz, summa cum laude. Quentin T. Griffith IV. Devon Grosvenor. Robert J. Gullo. Michael Matthew Hand. Scott R. Havner, cum laude. Daniil S. Hill. Can Huang. Paul R. Hoban. Christopher James Hogg, cum laude. Syed Q. Hussain, magna cum laude. Sikandar Iqbal. Mohammed Shahidul Islam. You're welcome. Eric Tyre Jablonowski. Christopher Stewart Jackson, cum laude. Montrell Amuel Jackson. Matthew I. Johnson, cum laude. Erwin Muller Jules. Jason Dean Carroll. Christine Lee Keating. Liu Thi Kim. Kristen Ann Koloski, cum laude. Bert D. Kovacs III. Nicholas A. Kovacs. Brian Lafferty. Bryce Dexter Lemke, magna cum laude. Timothy Lemoyne. Michelle Lynn. Yeah, just wait a second. Yeah, we have to slow down. Tiffany Logan. Stephen W. Lohr, cum laude. Vincent Long. Jennifer Nicole Longley, cum laude. Narida Ann Lopez. Nicole Marie Lynch. Thomas Francis Majuka Egan. Jeffrey A. Magnus. Angela R. Mann. Quadesia Manning. Ryan W. Martin. Peter J. McCaffrey. Leasia McNair. James Mesveskis. Amanda Catherine Minnick, summa cum laude with a perfect 4.0. Tamara N. Moffett, summa cum laude. Emily A. Montanez. Brianna Mostak. Hannah Elizabeth Murphy. Sarah B. Murphy. Michael Wynn. Uchenna Patrick Nornoru, Jr. Japheth O. Oku. Andre M. Parhalio, magna cum laude. Courtney E. Pallies, summa cum laude. Allison L. Palumbo. Murti N. Parekh. Parth M. Patel. Christopher J. Perry. Desiree Nicole Perry. Leanne T. Fun. Robert John Prendergast, cum laude. Anthony Thomas Princiata, summa cum laude. Jeffrey Edwin Purcell. Brandon M. Quiles, cum laude. Mohammed A. Rahim, cum laude. Daniel Tarek Rana, cum laude. Daniel Racine. Brooke E. Reese. Alex M. Richardson, summa cum laude. Logan C. Ridge. Abigail Rodriguez. Diana Marcella Rodriguez, cum laude. Amanda Rohrman. Amaris Rose. Yamani Marie Ruiz. Richardson St. Bonheur, cum laude. Mary Santana. John R. Santilli III. Katerina S. Sava. Megan Schur, cum laude. John E. Skull. Samantha C. Shea. Richard Michael Scherer, summa cum laude, and a perfect 4.0. Corey Simkovitz. Deborah A. Simmons, cum laude. Marlena Dominique Smith, cum laude. Nakia S. Smith, is that right? Nakia S. Smith, thank you. Shanice C. Smith Branch. Patrick Robert Solinsky. Ifiolua Shawemi. John K. Stetzer. Lucas E. Stewart, magna cum laude. Stephanie A. Stradling, cum laude. Kenyon Sturdivant. Alexis M. Sawyer, cum laude. Jason Michael Tallarico, summa cum laude. Daniel J. Timpson. Huang Tran, magna cum laude. Stephen Joseph Trentinelli, magna cum laude. Lorena Tribades. Christine Gail Velasco, cum laude. Michael A. Vesey. Devin M. Voorhees, cum laude. Christian Vu. Giovanni Walker. Ray Wan. Bernard Gregory Williams. Stacy Wicksted. Letitia Wright, cum laude. Johnny Wu.
Johnny Whoop.
Yulita Yildiz, magna cum laude. Wasim Yunus. Gerald Thomas Yowell, cum laude. Michael J. Alicia. Dominique Renee Anderson, magna cum laude. James Baldwin, cum laude. Gina M. Capagnolia, magna cum laude. Emily Dilworth. Robin Dunn. Alicia Egan-Dolan, cum laude. Alfredo Fabricatore, cum laude. Nicole Rose Haydu, cum laude. Angela Marie Hodges. Stephen Joseph Encatasiato, magna cum laude. Feng Young Wen. Paul Stephen Kasmar, cum laude. Ivan Paul Kavolev, cum laude. Ryan Clowder, summa cum laude. Christina LeBron. Ionut Cyprian Milescu. Jennifer Martironi. Daniel A. Musto. Kelsey Teresa Olson, cum laude. Dominic Pagnata. Holly Meredith Palermo, cum laude. Ivalo Valerev Penchev. Anthony Quiles. Nicole Lee Redmond, cum laude. Tomar Scott. Joseph S. Sifford. Joseph P. Urcioli. Luis A. Valencia. Jacqueline Valentin. Cody James Botnick, cum laude. Colleen O'Neill. And NOCFAM. Congratulations all. That made all difference.
One more round of applause to all of our Bachelors of Administration candidates. Now, I invite all of our graduates to move your tassel from your right to the left. You have earned it. Congratulations. In closing, I would like to thank all of you for joining us here today for this memorable journey. Please remain seated until the students have processed out of the amphitheater. Thank you all so much.